Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap and welcome to today's Finance 360-degree session where we are going to discuss three very important news articles. And these news articles, they are important from your objective point of view, from the phase 1 and phase 2 point of view. Okay, so first of all, we are going to discuss about the Aurum PropTech that has got the Sebi approval for the SM-REIT. So we have to discuss about the small and medium real estate investment trust. Then we will be discussing about the NUCFDCs that has signed the MOU with the IIA India. So why this MOU has been signed, how it is going to help the urban cooperative banks. As you know, the urban cooperative banks, they are very important from the examination point of view because the questions do come from this domain. Okay, the next one is regarding the first AI driven end-to-end fintech platform launch that has been done. So what is the name of this platform and which institute or which entity has launched this, that we are going to discuss in today's session. Okay, so first of all, sorry for the delay. There was a technical problem that happened in the big screen and we had to resolve that. So but I hope I'm clearly audible and visible now. Everything, is it fine? Is everything fine? Am I clearly audible and visible? Okay, so now let's move forward. And the brightness, is it fine or should I increase the brightness for you? Just a second. Okay, I hope it is fine. Okay. So let's move forward, and before moving forward, do subscribe to the YouTube channel of EduTap so that you continue getting these relevant videos, and do join our Telegram channel where you will get the PDF of the session, and the link for the Telegram channel is provided in the description box below. So we are starting with the first news article that is regarding the NUCFDC that has signed the MOU with the IIA India. So the National Urban Cooperative Finance and Development Corporation Limited, that is NUCFDC, that is known as the umbrella organization for the urban cooperative banks, that has signed the MOU with the Institute of Internal Auditors India. Okay, so IIA India, so they have signed the MOU to strengthen the audit and governance in the urban cooperative banks. So these two institutions, they have signed the MOU so that there can be the strengthening of the audit and governance in the urban cooperative banks. Now what happened, why there was the requirement of the NUCFDC? So why this organization was established? So first of all, in 2024, it was decided. So the urban cooperative banks in India, they face a range of difficulties. So this is from PIB 2024, okay? So the urban cooperative banks in India, they face a range of difficulties like regulatory and compliance issues. They are not able to understand the compliance requirements, as well as they were facing financial challenges, operational issues, governance problems, infrastructure problems, technological problems, etc. Due to which it was seen that the number of urban cooperative banks were decreasing. Okay, so there was decrease in the number of urban cooperative banks in the country. So to examine the issues, an expert committee on urban cooperative banks was chaired by Shri N.S. Vishwanathan. This was formed. So the expert committee was formed for the urban cooperative banks. Now the expert committee decided that the expert committee recommended that we require a strong apex entity for the urban cooperative banks. That strong apex entity can look after the urban cooperative banks and can take the steps to improve the efficiency of the urban cooperative banks and can help the urban cooperative banks to fight against the issues that the urban cooperative banks were facing or the challenges that the urban cooperative banks were facing. Okay, so the umbrella organization, so what happened that after examining the various options, the RBI gave an in principle approval to the NAFCUB, that is the National Federation of Urban Cooperative Banks and Credit Societies Limited, to set up an umbrella organization as a NBFC that will look after the urban cooperative banks and that will work for the challenge for fighting against the challenges and issues for the urban cooperative banks. Okay, so the umbrella organization named National Urban Cooperative Finance and Development Corporation, NUCFDC, this was established for the urban cooperative banks. So it has been established. Okay, now this NUCFDC has the potential to significantly improve the urban cooperative banks efficiency as well as the whole urban cooperative banking sector. So now the NUCFDC, it works for the urban cooperative banks to fight against the challenges that the urban cooperative banks are facing. And one of the very important challenges that the urban cooperative bank face is the operational issues and the governance problems. Okay, So now the NUCFDC has signed a MOU with the internal auditors, with the Institute of Internal Auditors, so that the audit and the governance can be improved of the urban cooperative banks. Okay. So now, under the MOU, IIA India will support NUCFDC's long-term mandate of improving the governance frameworks within the urban cooperative banks, and we have to, it was like they have signed the MOU so that the governance can be improved of the urban cooperative banks. Next is easy. The scope of cooperation includes adoption of international audit standards, strengthening the internal control systems, and enhancing the professional capabilities of the internal auditors and the senior management that is present in the urban cooperative banks. Okay, so through this cooperation between the two entities, there will be the adoption of international audit standards, strengthening of the internal control systems, and enhancing the professional capabilities of the internal auditors of the urban cooperative banks and the senior management of the urban cooperative banks. This is the idea. Next is the collaboration between these two entities aims to introduce the globally benchmarked audit and risk management frameworks to the urban cooperative banks, so that they can have the good risk management framework and they can manage their risk properly, and they have the proper auditing system, aligning with broader regulatory objectives of strengthening the institutional resilience and restoring the depositor trust. Because it is very important that the urban cooperative banks are financially strong, then only the depositors or the customers will trust the urban cooperative banks, and the urban cooperative banks will be able to work in a smooth manner. So this is the whole idea. So the last 2 points are that the NUCFDC noted that RBI's guidance on risk-based internal audit encourages the banks to adopt international standards of internal audit. So there should be international standards of internal audit that should be followed by the urban cooperative banks also, and that's why the entity has decided to work with IIA India to help the urban cooperative banks follow the international standards of internal audit. Okay, so basically the IIA India will offer participating urban cooperative banks access to its extensive global knowledge base, including resources on internal audit standards, the ESG, that is the environment, social and governance norms, that how they can follow these norms and how they can work efficiently with these norms. Okay, AI related practices in audit and risk frameworks. So IIA India basically will train the urban cooperative banks and will help the urban cooperative banks to follow the international standards. So this is the idea. So urban cooperative bank officials will also gain access to internal auditor magazine, that is shown at the top briefings, global webinars, structured training modules and functional workshop, as well as awareness programs designed to improve the audit quality in the institutions. This is the basic idea. I hope this is very much clear. Now moving forward with the next news article. Okay, so Aurum PropTech gets Sebi nod for the SM-REIT. So basically there is the real estate investment trust that invest in the real estate, right? That invest in the real estate. Now it was said by the Sebi that we are building the small and medium real estate investment trust so that the investment can happen. Now the real estate investment trust, they were the big investment trust. Okay, they were the big investment trust that were investing in the big properties, commercial properties and such. Now SM-REIT was established so that in the small properties the investment can happen, in the residential properties also the investment can happen. Okay, so basically the SM-REITs, so REITs, they are the real estate investment trust where the minimum investment is of 10,000 to 15,000, while in the SM-REITs the minimum investment is of 10 lakh. Now here asset size, the minimum asset size is 500 crores in the REITs, while the minimum asset size is 50 crores and the maximum is 500 crores. So the SM-REITs can have the asset size of minimum 50 crores to maximum 500 crores. Okay, while the REITs will have the asset size of minimum of 500 crores. The type of investment, so the REITs invest in generally commercial properties, while the SM-REITs, they invest both in commercial and residential properties. Okay, the REITs, they have generally diversified portfolio because they have like such huge minimum of 500 crores. That means they can go, like they can invest 1,000 crores, 1,500 crores and such. So they are investing a lot of money. When they are investing a lot of money, they are investing in different properties. So they have diversified risk. They have diversified investment. While in the case of SM-REITs, they are investing small amount, that is 50 crore, 100 crores. So they are investing some limited amount, and that's why they have some like higher concentration risk. So probable concentration risk due to lower asset size. So value of units same across all units, while in the case of SM-REITs, the value of units differ in different schemes. Let's say one scheme is based on commercial property, another scheme is based on residential property. So these schemes will differ in value. Okay, these different schemes will differ in value. So value in assets represented by units depend on scheme to scheme. So the units in scheme to scheme differ. This is the basic idea. Now Aurum PropTech has got the SEBI's approval to launch its small and medium real estate investment trust as part of the company's plan to expand the business. So small and medium trust, basically the small and medium real estate investment trust, it invests in the properties, and as an investor you can have a fractional ownership. You can have the fractional ownership in these properties, and you can gain the returns from these properties when these properties are given on rent or when these properties are sold out. So you can get the returns on these properties. I hope this is very much clear that there is fractional ownership, because let's say the SM-REIT has invested in a property that is of 100 crores. Now you do not have 100 crores, right? But you have, let's say, 20 lakh rupees, or let's say you have 10 lakh rupees. So you are investing in this property. So you are getting a fractional ownership. Let's say 1/10 of the property you are getting, and 1/10 of the profits you will get as per the ownership that you have, fractional ownership that you have. Okay, so the company will list, the Aurum PropTech will list the SM-REIT schemes on the stock exchanges, providing opportunities for the retail investors to have fractional ownership of rent yielding premium office assets. So basically the Aurum PropTech is going to focus on the premium office assets, and the investors that will invest in the schemes of the Aurum PropTech SM-REIT, so basically they will get the fractional ownership in the premium office assets, and they will get returns from the rent. Okay, this is the idea. Now why is this important? Why Aurum PropTech is important? Okay, it has got the nod from the SEBI to work as the SM-REIT, but it is important because it is said that the Aurum PropTech has become the first public listed company in India to receive a registration certificate from the SEBI. So whenever we talk about the first, so that becomes important from your phase 1 point of view, basically. So it is more important from your phase 1 point of view, but it can come in the phase 2 also, because we have seen that in the phase 2 there are questions that are coming from the SEBI domain in the RBI examination also. Okay, so basically this is important because this is the first public listed company in India to receive a registration certificate from the SEBI to work as the SM-REIT. So Aurum PropTech has earned the distinction of becoming India's first public listed company to receive a registration certificate from the SEBI to work as the SM-REIT under the name. Now all the SM-REITs, they are provided distinct name. Okay, so the Aurum PropTech is provided AMSA, the name of AMSA SM-REIT Investment Trust. Okay, so this is the idea. Any confusion here, anyone? Any confusion? So this is the idea about the Aurum PropTech. Now let's discuss few details about the real estate, SM Real Estate Investment Trust. Okay, so SEBI issued regulations in 2024 to amend the Real Estate Investment Trust regulations of 2014 to introduce the small and medium real estate investment trust. It was said that the minimum asset size for the small and medium real estate investment trust will be 50 crores and the maximum will be 500 crores. So they should have the assets valued between 50 to 500 crore. So the SM-REIT framework brings fractional ownership platforms within the regulatory umbrella covering both commercial and residential properties in which the SM-REIT can invest. Okay, so amendments introduce SM-REITs for both commercial and residential properties with a fundraising start from 50 crore for minimum 200 investors. That means in the SM-REIT minimum 200 investors should be there. Okay, so minimum of 200 investors should be there. SM-REITs are allowed to raise funds from both Indian and the foreign investors. So the foreign investors are also allowed to invest in the SM-REIT. Investment manager requirements. So who can open the SM-REIT? So they must have the minimum net worth of 20 crore rupees and at least 2 years of experience in real estate or real estate fund management. So this is the basic requirement that is there for opening the SM-REIT. Now minimum subscription amount is rupees 10 lakh per investor. No unit holders shall enjoy superior voting rights or inferior voting rights. That means if the 200 investors, they have invested in a particular scheme, all the investors will get the same rights in the scheme. Okay, so in different schemes there can be different rights, but in a particular scheme, within the scheme, the rights to the investor should be same. Okay, so no unit holder shall enjoy superior voting or any other rights over another unit holder within the same scheme. This is the basic idea. If the SM-REIT fails to make an initial offer of a scheme within 3 years from the date of registration as a SM-REIT, it shall surrender its certificate of registration and stop to operate as a SM-REIT. That means within 3 years of you getting the registration as a SM-REIT, you have to open at least one scheme, okay, or you have to open the schemes. Next is that the scheme of the SM-REIT shall invest at least 95%. So SM-REIT, it is compulsory for the SM-REIT to invest at least 95% of the money that they have raised for the finished property. So the scheme of SM-REIT shall invest at least 95% of the value of the scheme's asset for each of its schemes in completed and revenue generating properties. That means in a scheme, whatever money is raised, let's say through this scheme, through one scheme, 200 crores is raised. Now this money should be 95% of this money should be invested in the finished property, or the revenue generating property, the completed property, so that the investors, as soon as they invest, they start generating the returns also. Okay, so 95% of the value of the scheme assets should be invested in the completed and revenue generating properties and shall not invest in under construction or non-revenue generating real estates. This is the basic idea. Any confusion here? Risk, like in terms of SM-REIT or in terms of investors. If you are an investor, there are always risks that what if this, let's say, what if the SM-REIT has invested in this, like you must have seen many of the buildings around you that are being like not filled up. Like I have seen a property near me. It is a very big, what do you call, complex. It is a very big complex, but more than 90% of the complex area is empty. No one is buying or no one is renting out the shops in that area. Okay, so maybe the SM-REIT will invest in such a property, or let's say the SM-REIT has invested in this property. This is a completed property and it has started to generate revenue also, because let's say out of 100 shops, 10 shops have been taken up on rent, but 90 shops, and the SM-REIT is believing that after a few months these 90 shops will also be filled out. But what if they do not get filled out? What if no one wants to take these 90 shops on rent? So this property will become non-revenue generating, or it will generate very less revenue as compared to what was believed by SM-REIT. Okay, so there are a lot of risks that is involved in different investment instruments. Okay, so risk is involved here also. Now coming to the last news article, that in a landmark move that could redefine the Indian financial technological ecosystem, Laraware Private Limited has launched India's first fully AI-powered fintech software platform. So this is for the first time in India that it has happened that a fully AI-powered fintech software platform has been launched, developed and led by technology innovator Anvesh Tiwari, who is the founder of the Laraware Private Limited. Okay, this platform is set to revolutionize how digital financial services are built, how they are provided and scalable. So basically the newly launched platform, that is the Next Banking. So Next Banking has been launched by the Laraware Private Limited, that is the India's first AI-powered fintech stack. Okay, so the newly launched platform, branded as Next Banking, enables the banks, NBFCs, aggregators and the fintech startups, that means these entities, these financial institutions, they can instantly offer intelligent financial services through the Next Banking platform, through the AI generated platform or AI powered platform, not AI generated but AI powered platform. Okay, so basically instant deployment can happen of the financial services, intelligent financial services. The financial institutions can launch intelligent services quickly, that is digital lending can happen through the AI powered platform, that is Next Banking. The payments can be done, or the payments can be taken. The KYC can happen and the credit scoring can happen without the human intervention, thoroughly through the, or completely end-to-end process can happen through the AI powered Next Banking platform. Okay, that will help directly the KYC, let's say the human are doing the KYC right now, that I am sitting and I am asking you, what is your name, what is your Aadhaar number, where, like which city you are living in or which state you are living in. That will be done by AI. The whole system has been made AI powered. So Next Banking, this is the first fully AI powered fintech software platform that is fully AI powered, that will not require the human intervention, and the digital lending, payments, KYC, credit scoring, they can directly happen through this Next Banking platform that is fully AI powered. Enterprise grade compliance, so the platform will also look after that the compliances are being followed, the regulatory norms are being followed. Real-time automation is happening. Tasks like customer onboarding, fraud detection and loan approvals can be done automatically using the AI. That okay, the norms are being followed or not. Last is robust security. The security is also present. The platform ensures high levels of data protection and cyber security, which is critical financial service. And as it is AI powered, so it will be faster also, that you can understand. So the banks, the NBFCs, the aggregators, as well as the fintech startups, they can start using this Next Banking platform that will help them to use the AI powered system that will be faster. Okay, but it will not have the human intervention. Any confusion here? So this is the Next Banking, that is India's first AI powered fintech stack. Simplify your finances with India's leading Next Banking. Any confusion here? So this is it. Just directly the objective questions can come. Let me show you that which kind of questions can come here. Okay. Finance current affairs, see, RBI notification, RBI press releases you have to do for minimum 5 to 6 months, but finance current affairs minimum 3 to 4 months. Okay. So this is the first question. I hope you will be easily able to answer the question. Direct questions can come from these news articles. And let me tell you that there is a perspective. Like if you want to practice descriptive answer writing, so if you want to practice the descriptive answer writing, there is Perspective 360-degree series that is taken on Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 5 p.m. by Jaskaran sir. In this series, in these sessions, you get the descriptive questions, you get the questions on the current affairs, like the current affairs based question that are relevant from the examination point of view, and like the descriptive questions you get from the hot topics that are going on currently, and you also get the answer from Jaskaran sir, who tells you that what should be given in the intro, in the body and in the conclusion, what points you can write, and so you can know the art of writing the answers and you can practice the descriptive answer writing so that you become more efficient in writing the answers. Okay, as well as homework questions are also given in the session so that you can write the answers in the discussion for like in the comment section below. So you can write the answers in the comment section, and within 48 hours if you are providing the answer, that also gets evaluated by the team. So Perspective 360 is your one-stop solution, we can say, for your descriptive answer writing, where you can get the recent descriptive questions and the answers also. So this is the first question. I hope you are able to answer the question. Now coming to the second question. So this is the second question. This is regarding the SM-REIT. And if you remember that in the phase 2 or in the phase 1 of RBI Grade B last year, there were questions from SM-REIT. So this is an important concept, I can say. Now coming to the third question. So this is the last question. I hope you will be easily able to answer this question also. Okay. Any other confusion, any confusion anyone has? So today's topics were pretty easy and straightforward. Directly, you have to remember some basic details from which I have given you the questions also. So this is it for today. Thank you everyone for joining.